Same set. We have
That's clever play from the pole. Playing a little bit of cat and mouse with her opponent, but still not willing to come to the net. On points won overall, 50 to Astra Sharma, 49 to Magda Linette. Out. And there was a forehand there from Sharma, which appeared that always going long, but must have just caught the back of the line. So for the fourth time in this game, back at juice.
Advantage.
That forehand skews long. So there's a chance we can have a fifth break of serve in a row. Too good, too deep, too accurate from Magda Linette. Huge come on from her. She knows we're getting closer to the business end of this set. Feels like a momentous game.
Advantage, Linette.
So another chance for the Polish player, the world number 62, to wrap this game up and reverse the trend of all the breaks when picking up once again. Oh, she had to watch that one, did so. Brilliant points. And finally, we've got a hold of serve. It's Magda Linette sitting down at the change of ends. She's 4-3 in front.
First game, second set.
Time.
Well, it's been easier to return than it has to serve. On a very windy day here at the BNP Paribas Open. Paula Badosa is the defending champion. First Spanish woman to win this title. She beat Victoria Azarenka in last year's final, 7-6 in the third set. It was a terrific match. In the previous game, Magda Linette found a way to hold her serve. For only the second time in the set. Took it on her fourth game point opportunity. Here she is, 4-3, leading in the second. the obvious shot from this side with the wind against. A lovely lob from Magdalena.
Love 30.
You can almost hit it as hard as you want, and in contrast, you really cannot lob from the side that Astra Sharma is on. The ball just sail on you, just like it did on that point. So, the Australian in a bit of trouble here. Love 30. So important to get one's first serve in. Something that's been a bit of hit and miss for Astra Sharma in this second set.
15-30.
The ball is called in, and that was the first time she has won a point behind the second serve in this entire set. Clips the back of the line, tremendous work. So with that attempted inside-out forehand hitting the net, it's 2 more break points for Magdalena, who was a frustrated figure when she was broken to go down 1-2, but has controlled her frustration well. And there it is. Another break of serve. Lynette has managed to turn this match around. She will now serve for the second set. 5-3 up. Anyone who's ever played in extreme wind knows that it's not going to be pretty tennis out there. It's just a matter of surviving, making sure you're hitting the right shot at the right time. We haven't seen too many aborted ball tosses, which is quite surprising. There's one.
Game, goal, McNally. Well, McNally leads by 6 to that.
You can see debris on the left side of the court there, and the Brazilian flag flying all over the place, top right of your picture. Superb control down the line, forehand.
15 all.
Got to turn your wrist over that one. Make sure it doesn't go wide.
$30-15.
So Magdalena closing in now on this second set, 30-15, 2 points away. She's been perfect on breakpoint opportunities in this set, 3 from 3.
Love 30.
Backhand drifts wide. Astra Sharma continuing the good fight. She had a 94-28 win-loss record at Vanderbilt University in collegiate tennis, was an All-American in singles and doubles. And her teammates aptly nicknamed her Roo. I think they're going for kangaroo since she's Australian.
$30-40.
Well, that's just clever play from the Australian. Bounces around, goes right down the middle, forcing her opponent to try and come up with an angle. Lynette nets the backhand, and would you believe it? Break points for Astra Sharma. Did have one in the previous Lynette service game, couldn't convert. that is really good, aggressive, attacking play with the wind behind her. The knifed backhand volley does the job, and it is another break of serve. So we're back on terms. It's Magdalena Linney 5-4, but Astra Sharma is right back in this.
Game, the golf McNally. Golf McNally lead by 3 games to none.
Time.
What an interesting set of tennis this has been. We've had 6 breaks of serve from 9 games. Sharma serving 4-5.
Time.
We haven't seen too much of the Magdalena drop shot, but that was a fine one, well executed, with the wind behind her back.
Lot 15.
Love.
15 on.
See how easy the ball is to miss from the Magdalena side. Hardly have to touch it and it goes long. Have to hit the ball very low over the net. Whereas from the Astra Sharma side, can give it a really good height.
30-15.
Just long.
30 off.
Slight miss hit from Sharma on the previous shot. Ball landed in that time. We have had a couple of 3-setters already today. Marta Kostyuk won against Zanevska 7-5 in the third, and Naomi Osaka got the better of Sloane Stevens 6-2 in the final set. Really good win for the Japanese player. An excellent forehand deep up the line. And it's Astra Sharma here with a point now for 5-all. She was 5-3 down in the set. Has fought back admirably. Got a great competitive fighting spirit.
Game Sharma.
That is a superb serve to make it count.
5 games on.
First time she's held serve in quite a bit. In fact, since the opening stages of this set. That will do her confidence quite some good. So now it's a case of who can hold one's nerve. And very most importantly, who can land the first serve.
Gully lead by
15 love.
Oh, it's too good for Master Sharma. And seemingly Magdalene fully in control of that point. It was her who showed more ambition, the forehand down the line, setting up the drive volley. But just great hands from the Australian. Magdalene simply cannot believe it. On a non-windy day, she surely would have won that point. Massively affected that shot. You could see it just stopped dead in its tracks.
30-15.
And as athletic as Sharma is, she couldn't get anywhere near it. Not often you see professional tennis players not get up to the ball. But today, anything is possible.
40-15. Game Lynette.
Good hold to 15 for Magda Lynette.
6 games to 5.
It's her first win of a game in 3. She goes to the change of ends, 6-5 in front. We're on serve here in the second.
Time.
15.
We're very much at the sharp end now of the second set. And it's Astra Sharma serving to try and force a tie break. Otherwise, We're going to a third set.
$59.
Oh, went for too much on that drop shot. It didn't need to be quite as precise because the backhand previous shot cross court was excellent. Opened up the opportunities. Too good for Master Sharma, turning on the style. All began with that beautiful first serve. Just clocks that inside in down the line. So we're 1 point away from a second set tiebreak. And there it is. Another very good serve. Lynette catching the backhand wide. So looking at their career tiebreak records, Master Sharma has won 56% of hers. She won her last tiebreak. That was against Océane Dordain.
Game goal from McNally. McNally lead by 5 games to 1.
Sharma.
That tiebreak over Dordain, the Frenchwoman, proved crucial in the first round of Dubai qualifying because Sharma had lost the first set 6-3, won the second set 7-6, and the third 7-5. As for Lynette, she's got a 52% success rate in tiebreaks. In her career, she's won 83, lost 77. And again, just like her opponent, she won her last tiebreak. That one was against Alison Risk in Doha, where she fought back from a set deficit to win 6-1 in the third.
There
was no doubt who's had the better start in this tiebreaker. Master Sharma's serve has been so crucial when she's landed it. Lynette serving with the wind against her.
Sharma.
Coach Mark Gillard just trying to get his player across the line here.
40 pieces.
Left. Second serve.
She set up the point with that previous
4-1.
really good
Shot.
forehand cross court, playing with margin and spin. Again, could have gone up the line with that forehand. It would have been the easier shot. Tries to go cross court, drags it wide. 4-1, Astra Sharma. She's got the ball in her hand, will serve twice here.
Game Davis McCann.
5-1. Sharma.
Massive serve, right. Another ace. She's very much in control here, the Australian. A lucky loser. Sharma beats Chinese player Yu Yan in the first round of qualifying. Lost to Victoria Tomova, 6-4, 6-1 in the second round. We thought that was the end of her tournament, but it wasn't to be when she got the call that Andrea Petkovic had pulled out. And Astra Sharma, just like Anna Kalinskaya on Wednesday, looking very much to take advantage of that lucky loser position. 2 points away now from this first round victory. That is a beautiful forehand.
6-1.
Not only inside out, but short angle as well. And it sets up 5 match points. This could be the victory that gets Astra Sharma's season started. She's coming off a career best 2021, in which she won her first title.
Time.
Came in Charleston on the green clay with a win over Onstjabeur in the final. Oh, and she makes it. The forehand landing on the line.
2 sets to love, 6-4,
And it's a clenched
7-6.
fist for Astra Sharma. The lucky loser is into round 2 with a straight sets win over Magda Linette. She wins it 6-4, 7-6. What a tie break from Astra Sharma. She really turned on the style, didn't she, in the latter stages of that second set. She was down 5-3. It looked like Magda Linette would force this one to a third. The first time these two would have played a third set in their career head-to-head. It wasn't to be. The Australian just served too well. He used the conditions, the tricky conditions, very much to her advantage. And no wonder she's got a lovely smile. And she is through to round 2. She's going to play Victoria Azarenka, the 13th seed, next. It's going to be a very different proposition. Well, the players certainly enjoying having the fans in attendance. Of course, this tournament was played in October, wasn't it, 2021, and cancelled the year before. All the players, the fans, the staff, they all showed up for Indian Wells. It was the first tournament to be the casualty of COVID-19, but aren't we delighted it's back? Back with a vengeance, the BNP Paribas. And perhaps Astra Sharma is the most delighted of us all, because she's converted that lucky loser spot into a place in round 2. Second serve that really got her out of trouble in that one. She really picked up the pace. Wasn't winning too many second serve points in the early stages of set 2, where she was broken 3 times, but really got it going. Had 9 breakpoint opportunities for the match, took more than half of them. Magda Linette also imperious on breakpoint chances, but she was only able to break 4 times. And it's Astra Sharma, a straight sets victor over the pole. And so let's have a quick look here at this portion of the draw. It's the lower half of the draw we're playing this Thursday. And Sharma will play Azarenka, the 13th seed, while the Belgian player Van Uitvank will take on Elena Rybakina.
34.
Should be quite a match, that one. Well, I'm Candy Reid, and I'm going to be right back with a lot more action. It's Camila Osorio, recent finalist. She's in a great run of form, playing Aliaksandra Sasnovich. That's coming up next here on Court 9. See you in a minute.
Game Davis Nepal. Golf McNally lead by 5 games to 3. Last 15. Last 10. Love 4. Game is 10 out, Golf McNally. 2 sets to love, 6-3, 6-3.
Tennis fans, let's cheer for Coco and Katie McNally. We're going to see photos here in just a moment, then we'll send some signed tennis balls your way, so stick around. Let's hear it one more time for Lauren Davis and Christina McHale. too. Congratulations, you braved some bonkers wins tonight to get a really solid victory over two very strong doubles players. Coco, I'll start with you. Other than this incredible crowd tonight, what are you most happy with? I believe this is the third time you guys have been back out on the court together since September when you made the run to the U.S. Open final. Can you describe what it's like to be back on court with Coco? How good does this feel?
Yeah, it feels super great to be back out here with Coco. We had a couple different tournaments that we were playing at the beginning of the year, so we just had different schedules, but it's our first win together this year, which is nice to get that out of the way. But happy to be back here. I think it's our first time playing over here, so it's kind of cool to experience.
All right, I see some smiles out on the court when you guys play together. Who is more likely to be making the other person laugh? How does it usually work? I love it. Thank you for giving us that example. Okay, I want to talk about rankings for just a second, all right? Coco, you were a top 10 doubles player. Katie, just a few spots away from that. How high is Coco going to go? Where are we going to take this? I think you see why this partnership works out so well. Okay, last thing, I want to learn a little bit more about you two as a team. Say you're taking us all out to dinner with you two. Where are we going? Okay, in and out. Coco's going in and out. Katie, where are you taking us? Katie likes the crawfish, okay. Perfect. Shout out for Skyline. We got Skyline, we have in and out. That's for the cheat day. You guys enjoyed some dinner tonight. It was so fun to watch you. Let's hear it one more time for Coco Gauff and Katie McNally.
What a first round match we have in store for you here on Stadium 9 Court at the BNP Paribas Open. Hello and a very warm welcome to our continuing coverage of this Logic WTA 1000 event. My name is Candy Reid. It's a rematch of their first round encounter at this very tournament 6 months ago, and it features Aliaksandra Sasnovich and a player very much in the headlines at the moment, the talented Camila Osorio. Sasnovich got the better of the Colombian in the second of two meetings between the pair in 2021. It went her way 6-love, 6-4, but it's Osorio who is very much the favourite to win this rematch, ranking-wise anyway. The 20-year-old is at a career-high number 35 right now after reaching the final of Monterrey last week, where you might recall she failed to convert 5 match points before losing to Leila Annie Fernandez in arguably the title match of the year so far. Our umpire today is Yvette Khan from Israel. It's been a very windy day, difficult conditions for all players involved. Just having a look at what is going on here. Still haven't undergone the coin toss. I think that's about to happen. Well, looks like Camila Osorio won the toss and chose to serve. In the previous match on this Stadium 9 court between Astra Sharma and Magdalene, we saw an awful lot of breaks of serve. It was very much easier to return. The side that Camila Osorio is on is against the wind. Sasnovich side has the wind behind her back, so added spin is necessary from that side. Added height, important from this side. Well, last year, Osorio roared into the top 100 in a matter of weeks. It was backed by a title in Bogota on her favourite clay surface. She also got to the semi-finals in both Charleston and Belgrade. And she proved she's an all-court player because she also reached the third round at Wimbledon. And then there was a final in Tenerife in her last competitive week of 2021.
3 minutes.
Well, 2022 has proved to be just as successful. That final in Monterrey last week, and again, she had 5 match points, couldn't get the job done, and Leila Annie Fernandez was able to recapture her title. At 27, Aliaksandra Sasnovich is 7 years older than her opponent. She's 5'9", 1m74. She's won 11 matches out of 15 in 2022. Currently ranked 51 in the world. Has been as high as number 30. That was in September of 2018. She's got over $4 million in prize money. No titles yet on the WTA Tour. And that's a surprising statistic for someone who hits the ball so well and competes as well as she does. She started this game at the age of 9
2 minutes.
by her father, who played 20 years on the senior circuit. Dad also played hockey. Mum was a basketball player. As for Camila Osorio, well, it's a huge sporting family. Her grandfather, her father and her brother, all professional footballers. Her mum, like Sasnovich, a basketball player. Osorio left home at the age of 11, left Colombia, and moved to Florida, where she played at the Club Med Academy. She's a former junior #1. And obviously a huge football fan herself, because she's got 2 dogs. One is called Neymar, and the other one, well, you might have guessed, it's called Messi. She's won a title in Bogota at the time. She was ranked 180 in the world. She was playing that tournament as a wild card.
Senate fans, let's welcome our players from Serbia.
And after reaching the final in Monterrey. In that final, which lasted almost 3 hours, which she lost to Fernandez. She also got to the quarterfinals the week before in Guadalajara, lost to Anna Kalinskaya there. So I suppose the question is, how is Camila Osorio feeling, having flown into tennis paradise, which is also a little windy and cold this Thursday, as you can see from our umpire today, Yvette Khan, feeling the chill. Does seem that Camila Osorio loves a roller coaster match. She's a natural crowd pleaser.
And a warm-up.
And the end of warm-up is called, so the players just wrapping it up. And it will be Osorio who won the toss to serve first. Winner of this encounter will take on the Czech Petra Kvitova in round 2. Looks like Sasnovich is raring and ready to go. It's customary after the warm-up to go to the chair, grab a sip of water, but not for Sasnovich.
Camila Osorio, serve.
So Camila Osorio steps up to the line. And let's see how she recovers from that wonderful performance in Monterrey.
Tennis fans, let's get to know our players. To the chair umpire's right, warming up in the deuce court. This 34-year-old is currently
Long 15.
career high doubles rank of number 4 in the world. After winning 5
It was a pretty tough start to the season for Osorio, the Colombian. She fell at the first round hurdle at the Australian Open to defending champion Naomi Osaka.
From Japan, please welcome Shuko Aoyama.
And that was after she caught COVID-19 in the first weeks of January. So she had to spend some time in a hotel room, had to pull out of Adelaide. Also had a recurring abdomen injury, which forced a few more weeks of rest.
In singles, she's captured 2 titles and reached 1 final, breaking into the top 40 in 2018. From Serbia, please welcome Aliaksandra.
How about that for movement?
15, 30.
So many players now after their serve looking for a forehand, and that was extreme. Excellent footwork from the 20-year-old Colombian. Does appear to have her right thigh strapped.
This 36-year-old owns 1 career singles title and reached a career high rank of number 13 in 2013. In doubles, she owns 5 titles, most recently Mallorca with Johanna Larsson in 2019. She had her best Grand Slam result in 2019, reaching the semifinals at Roland Garros. And she kicked off 2022 with the quarterfinal run in Australia alongside Sarah Sorribes-Tormo.
Both players showing off their full array of shots, a couple of slices in there. And Sasnovich doing the damage here. She's got a few break points in this opening game.
Is the owner of 41 doubles titles, including 6 Grand Slams and 2 WTA Finals trophies. In 2005, she became the first Indian woman to win a singles WTA Tour title, picking up the crown at her hometown event in Hyderabad. And she's also the first from her country to win the Grand Slam double title, and first to rise to number 1 in the world, earning the top doubles ranking in 2015.
1 break point save,
From
1 more
India,
to come.
Welcome a 2-time former champion here in Indian Wells, Sania Mirza. Tennis fans, one more reminder, make sure to silence those cell phones at nighttime, so that means no flash.
Just wide with the forehand, and it's A big come on from Osorio. She saved 2 break points. She's clearly ready for the challenge here against a player, Sasnovich, who clearly begins her campaign with some happy memories. She reserved her best Indian Wells result, her joint best across all 1,000 tournaments for last year's October edition of this very tournament. She defeated her opponent today, Osorio. She also took out Emma Raducanu and Simona Halep in straight sets, reaching the last 16. Double fault from Osorio, and it means that Sasnovich will get a 3rd opportunity to break. Sasnovich also got to the round of 16 at the 2019 Madrid 1000 tournament. Such a good player.
Game Sasnovich.
Well, a little bump of the racket. Forehand lands just long. And if that's anything to go by, well, we've got a real cracker in store in this opening round match. Sasnovich with the early break. She really has had a good start to the season. It all began in the Melbourne Somerset. She reached her first WTA final in 4 years. Was runner-up there in Melbourne to Amanda Anisimova. And then got to the quarterfinals of a 500 level event in February. That was indoors. This is the 3rd time she's going head-to-head against Osorio. Apart from playing here in Indian Wells in October, they also met in the Belgrade quarterfinal in 2021. That time it was Camila, the Colombian, coming through.
15 up. Fifth love.
Great return right into the middle of the court. That's what Emma Raducanu calls the cage. It's incredibly difficult for the server to respond to. There's just so little time. And of course, there's huge margin for error on that return as well. On a day like this, margin for error is everything. A good deep second serve, but the forehand from Sasnovich spins wide, 30 all. Well, will we have a boomerang break? Osorio will get a look at a first opportunity here. She gets it at the first attempt.
One game on.
And we're gearing up for lots of breaks of serve. We've had 2 already. It's 1 game all. That is an unbelievably lucky return. The late backhand hitting the net cord, going at a seemingly impossible angle. Oh, what a point. Would you believe it? Sasnovich with another net cord.
Love 30.
This time Osorio is able to get it back. Did beautifully well, but Sasnovich coming up with the winner in the end. Puts her racket up in apology, but she'll take it. Part of the etiquette of this wonderful game, to say you're sorry, but very rarely do you ever mean it. That is just so clever. Sasnovich looked like she was going to drive that forehand. Instead, just changed her grip, opened up the racket face, a delightful drop shot. And she's got 3 more break points. Oh, it's too good. Osorio had Sasnovich on her knees during part of that point.
15-40.
Thumping winner, saves 1 break point. She's got 2 more to come. Oh, that's a shame. 3 net cords went against her in that game.
2 games to 1.
And it is Sasnovich with another break. So 3 games played, 3 breaks of serve. Sasnovich leading 2-1.
Time.
Aliaksandra Sasnovich has the lead in this match against the finalist in Monterrey last week, Camila Osorio. We're still looking for a first hold of serve.
First serve. Love 15.
this time the net cord goes Osorio's way. Saw 2 of those for Sasnovich in the previous game. And then Osorio's second serve hit the net tape, went off on a tangent, and she was broken. Well, that was a little bit of a lucky forehand for Osorio. Caught it late.
Love 40.
Gets it to land over the net just, and catches Sasnovich by surprise. So very good chance here. We're going to have a 4th straight break of serve. Excellent read from Osorio. She knew exactly what was coming. Started her move quickly, which perhaps forced Sasnovich into overplaying the drop shot. Undercooked it, and it is another break of serve. What quality. It's actually sad that this is a first round match, isn't it? Because one of these players has to go out in the first round. 96 singles players.
Love 15.
32 teams in the doubles. It's a WTA 1000 event. And the defending champion is, of course, Paula Badosa of Spain. She won last year's tournament, which was much delayed, with a final win over Victoria Azarenka.
Love 30.
Both players really struggling to win points behind their serves. Neither has won a point behind their second serve. And we're in the 5th game.
Love 40.
So the run continues. It's love 40 on the Osorio serve. Needed to stay down a little bit longer on that slice backhand. Sasnovich wanting to pounce. This is the harder side to serve from because the wind's against. You just don't get any free power. Ball sits up for the return. You can see where Sasnovich is standing. Gets that return slightly wrong.
15, 40.
That's huge, the inside out backhand, set up the shot. Sasnovich could have gone down the line with the forehand, chose to go cross court. Nice clean winner, she leads 3-2.
Time.
Well, so far we've had 5 games played and 5 breaks of serve. Not surprisingly, because the weather conditions are very tricky. It's returner's paradise in tennis paradise. Temperatures dropped to 18 degrees Celsius, 65 degrees Fahrenheit. The wind around 30 miles per hour. The wind has actually dropped quite a bit from where we were a few hours ago, where it was really breezy, making life extremely difficult for everyone involved. It's 9:15 here local time. 7:15, I should say. That's a fantastic slice off the Sasnovich drop shot. A couple of really deep balls in there, making Sasnovich hit a few half volleys. The young Colombian simply has it all, doesn't she? Great game. She can hit explosive power, delicate touch, moves beautifully. Such a great competitor. Coached by Ricardo Sanchez. Sasnovich has had her father in her box, but this time it's Dmitry Klimenko. She says her backhand down the line is her favourite shot, and her preferred surface is hard courts, but indoors. Favourite tournament is the US Open and Stuttgart. She's studying for a physical culture degree at university. And her dream, Sasnovich says, is to reach Wimbledon and win Wimbledon. She's done quite well on the grass before, got to the 4th round in 2018. Has 11 singles titles and 7 doubles titles on the ITF. And she's got to the semi-finals in a major in doubles competition. That was at the 2019 US Open with Victoria Kuzmova. The way things are going, not at all shocked that we've got another breakpoint opportunity, this time in the way of Camila Osorio. It is just wide on the forehand. And we're at 3 games all.
3 games all.
Still no holds of serve. Well, Camila Osorio will have the win behind her here. See if she can use it to her advantage. That's her favourite shot, backhand
15 off.
down the line going long. Need to keep that shot quite low over the net. Of course, it's a dangerous shot because it is the high part of the net. There's less court to work with, of course, when you go down the line. That's a brilliant return and well moved.
15 off.
She anticipated the ball was going to come very short, up there like a flash. Best players are so good at that. They're reading the next shot, a bit like a great chess player. Always thinking a few shots ahead.
13-15.
Oh, it's a stunning backhand down the line. And for the first time in this match, we've got a game point, 2 in fact, for Camila Osorio. Finalist of Monterrey, quarter-finalist in Guadalajara. It's out of the return.
Ball change, please.
And we finally have a hold of serve. It's Camila Osorio who now leads 4-3. First set against Aliaksandra Sasnovich.
Time.
Well, we finally had a hold of serve. It went the way of Camila Osorio. She leads 4-3. First set of this first round encounter with Aliaksandra Sasnovich.
Sorry, I was requesting to see the ball on the left baseline, please.
Osorio not sure about the line call, just wants clarification. I think she's got it. Clearly long. It's a very good return, but in the end, it's Sasnovich wrong-footing the Colombian. Going back behind the opponent. Extraordinary power.
30-15.
Such a nice natural stroke. Just gotta love her fighting spirit. Great serve from
40-15.
Sasnovich in response. And after 6 straight breaks of serve, are we possibly going to get 2 holds back to back? But again, this is the easier side to serve from. Got the wind behind you, giving you a little bit of extra power. And that is impeccable from Sasnovich. Beautiful approach shot. Comes in, lovely little volley, again tucking the ball behind her opponent. We've gone from a break fest to a serve fest, and it's 4 games all. Sasnovich began her year in Melbourne. Had a couple of good wins in qualifying. Just wide with the forehand. And after qualifying in Melbourne, that was at Melbourne 2, the Somerset Series, Sasnovich went on a bit of a tear. She beat Jin Yu Wang, Rebecca Pettersson, Clara Towson. The Dane retired in that match, and Anne Lee, before losing to Amanda Anisimova in the final, 6-4 in the third. Another forehand error this time, one going up the line, slightly late. A little bit of a worry here for Osorio, serving from the trickier end with the wind against her. Was a miss hit from Sasnovich. She holds the racket up again in apology, but she'll take it. Osorio just needs to take a minute after the frustration of that point. Not much she could do about it. She's got to come up with something here. Down another 3 break points.
Sasnovich.
Well, it is a break, another break, a 7th one in the match. Sasnovich breaking to love, and when we come back, she will attempt to serve out for this opening set.
Time.
We've had 7 breaks of serve and 2 holds, and now Aliaksandra Sasnovich will attempt to hold and win the opening set against Camila Osorio. Huge forehand down the line. She's so good when she's got time on the ball. Last time these two met was this very venue in October of 21, and Sasnovich lost just 4 games.
That's enough.
Huge backhand down the line, her favourite shot, played to absolute perfection. And after really struggling to hold serve this entire first set, Sasnovich now with 3 chances to wrap it up. That's outstanding play from the 27-year-old. Finishes off with a flourish. It's her second hold of the set, and she clinches it 6-4.
Time.
Well, this match has all the makings of a classic. Two players in really good form. Once again, it's a shame they have to meet in the opening round here at the BNP Paribas Open.
Second set.
It's
Osorio.
a Hologic WTA 1000 events. And it's in tennis paradise. Weather conditions haven't particularly been like paradise today. Very windy indeed. The wind has died down a little bit this evening. Currently 7:35 local time, PM, of course. This is the third meeting between these two. Sasnovich got the better of Osorio right here in Indian Wells in the first round of last year's edition. She won it 6-love, 6-4. They met a few months earlier in May of 2021, and that time it was the Colombian who came through. It was on clay, quarterfinals of the Serbia Ladies Open in Belgrade. And again, it was a straight sets affair with Osorio winning it 6-4, 6-2. So it'll be interesting to see if Camila can come back and force a third for the first time in their head-to-head meeting. One of the questions we had was how Osorio would cope from having played an awful lot of tennis just recently. Got to the final in Monterrey. Beat Alina Svitolina there, 7-6 in the third, and Nuria Parisas Diaz. And then, of course, that mammoth final, she lost to Fernandez after having 5 match points. Week before that was Guadalajara. She beat Tomova and Baptiste before losing to Kalinskaya in the quarterfinals. And it is a break of serve. Osorio finding it hard to keep her frustrations in check. She's only held once in this match, and now she's got to come from behind in this second set as well. It's Sasnovich, a set and a game to the good. Sasnovich was just having her wicked way with the Osorio second serve in set 1. She won 68% of her return points, broke 4 times from 7 opportunities. Osorio winning just 2 points behind that second serve from 10. That's really been her Achilles heel against this hard-hitting 27-year-old, still looking for her first title on the Hologic WTA Tour. She's coming off having played in Doha, had a little bit of a rest since then. Qualified for the tournament, beat Zhang Shui 6-1, 6-1 before falling to Ons Jabeur in the second round there, 6-3 in the third. The black long sleeve top has come off. Osorio obviously means business.
love, 30.
Trying to keep the energy levels high is Camila Osorio. Currently at a career high, number 35 in the world rankings. Just an astonishing, remarkable rise up the rankings for a 20-year-old from Colombia. That's a big forehand cross court.
15, 30.
Does it all with minimal effort.
15.
And that is just brilliant from Sasnovich, moving her opponent side to side. Osorio's happy to run everything down, but can't get that last one. Great forehand from way inside the baseline. She started to dominate the 50-50 points, and Osorio, as you could hear, the racket goes crashing. Frustration boiling over. Another excellent serve and +1 point. Sasnovich is able to just get her opponent on the move, corner to corner. Doesn't try to win the point too fast. Very patient in her approach. Oh. A clever little drop shot, a lovely slide on hard courts for Osorio. She wins the point, but still demonstrating with her team. Coaches Ricardo Sanchez.
Advantage, Sasnovich.
She just seems slightly hampered in her movement, does Osorio. Just something to keep an eye on. But not much she could do about that. Ace. First of the match for either player.
15.
Followed up by a tremendous wide second serve. Sasnovich consolidates the break. She leads 2-love. Remember when they met here in the first round of Indian Wells 21? It was Sasnovich the winner, 6-love, 6-4. Wonder if the score is going to be reversed, 6-4, 6-love. Well, not if Camila Osorio could help it. She had a simply terrific 2021. It really began with that title in Bogota, where she beat Martinsova, Vergula, Tan, Zidanšek.
30, 15.
It was the win over Zidanšek which got her the title, first of her career. Followed it up with a really good run in Charleston, beating the likes of Lynette, who we saw on the court previous match to this, McHale as well, and win over Clara Towson. Fell in the semi-final to the eventual champion Astra Sharma. And then immediately Osorio went to Belgrade. Got to the semi-final there, and the year just kept on going in that vein of form. Umpire just calling a halt. It will not help Osorio's mood in the slightest. Big point here for both players. 3-love for Sasnovich could be insurmountable for Osorio. Osorio just wisely taking her time, just resetting. No need to rush. Well, that was a rush return from Sasnovich, a strange one. She's been impeccable in this set. Osorio has a chance to get on the board now. That's a phenomenal point by both players. Sasnovich just continues to pile on the pressure. Very different character from Osorio on the tennis court anyway. Cool, calm and collected. That is a bad miss from the Colombian. Didn't really get her feet around the ball, and it is something you're seeing here in the second set. Not really able to push off with her legs for the serve. Not quite moving her feet like she was in the first set. Perhaps that thigh strapping is telling us something. And that is just too good. What a return, followed up by the forehand cross for the winner.
Sasnovich leads 3 games to 1.
And that is just superb tennis from the 27-year-old Sasnovich. She leads now by a set and 3-love.
Thank you.
Time.
Well, time is running out for Camila Osorio's chances here at the BNP Paribas Open. She's down a set and 3-love to Aliaksandra Sasnovich, who has just been playing some superb tennis. is too good.
50 love.
She knows her opponent's movement is slightly hampered, throws in the drop shot, move forward just in case Osorio does reach it. Would have been a pretty routine volley had it been so. It was a very competitive first set, full of breaks of serve, 7 in fact, 4 going Sasnovich's way. But this set less so. I just feel like Osorio's competitive spirit not quite there. She fought hard, very hard in that point.
30-50.
She's got all the markings of a champion, still got plenty of time, just 20 years old, playing at a career high 35 ranking.
Next. First serve.
That is just special. Absolutely brilliant from the 27-year-old's racket. The art of the drop shot is to disguise it, and that was perfect. Two points here for a 4-love lead. That's one way to cancel it out. Oh, would you believe it? It looked like Osorio had that point in the bag. A really good defense from Sasnovich. She can't put a foot wrong in this set. She leads 4-love. Well, that's how good it has to be right now to beat her opponent.
59.
Osorio's Achilles heel very much in this match has been the second serve. Sasnovich will get a look at a second one here. So far in the entire match, Osorio's won just 3 points behind it. And might as well go for broke a little bit more behind the second serve. It's a 5th double fault. It's just unbelievable. Everything is going Sasnovich's way.
15-30.
Well, look out Petra Kvitova, because should she come through, that's who Sasnovich's second round opponent will be. But perhaps this match isn't over yet. As we know, Osorio loves a roller coaster. Never knows when she's beaten. that is some backhand.
13,
Beautiful drive cross court, landing right in the corner. And on the back of the line. And surely, if she takes this breakpoint opportunity, the match will be all but over.
Net, for serve.
Well, it's just impeccable. Sasnovich knows exactly where her opponent's going to hit the ball. She was already on the move cross-court to cover that volley. Nice, easy finish. She sits down. It's all been superb. She leads by a set now and 5-love.